So today I'm with Brenda, and Brenda has lost 35 roughly pounds with
Close
Achieve.
to it.
And
Fluctuates.
do what?
It fluctuates.
It fluctuates, yeah. I mean, but you've really kept off your weight now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before we jump into that, tell me a little bit about yourself, Brenda. What do you do? What's Brenda's life like a little bit, I guess.
Well, I'm a mom of three boys. Been married for almost 25 years. I work for the school system in Martinsville. Just got promotion, so
Oh, great.
we don't call it
Congratulations.
that. I moved into the secretary's position instead of the clinic clerk where I was. Keep busy, just doing stuff around, when school's not in session. Just doing stuff around the house and eating healthy.
When did you start with Achieve?
I want to say it was 2.5 years ago, January of 17.
Tell us your story, kind of why, because you had a little bit different reason you started Achieve.
Uh,
What was your reasoning behind that?
Actually, it was my husband said that he needed to do something, but he didn't want to be the only man in class. So he said, you go to class and you learn about it and bring it home and implement it at home. So that's what we did. And honestly, I was very, very skeptical. I'm like, whatever, we'll do this. But, and we started doing it, and I started seeing weight come off, and I thought, what? This shouldn't be happening. This never happens. And of course, my husband lost a whole lot faster than I did. But yeah, so and we not only implemented it for the two of us, but we implemented it for the entire family. So my middle son that still lived at home, he still does it to this day too, and has thinned down quite a bit himself. Now my youngest one, sometimes he'll eat with us, and he's a typical 16-year-old, but and sometimes he won't. But yeah, so it's doable as a family, not just an individual.
And your husband, didn't he lose around 60 pounds?
He did.
Tell me, did you have a history in the past of trying to lose weight before Achieve? Had you tried other things?
I tried everything under the sun. And I honestly had chalked it up to, I'm a mom of three. I'm almost, well, at the time I was just over 45 years old. And I thought, this is just the way I'm supposed to be. This is the way where I'm supposed to be at. And then I saw, like I said, the weight starting to come off a little by little. And I thought, if I buckle down even more, wonder what will happen. And then it really started coming.
What kind of about the Achieve lifestyle have you found to be doable? Because you've been basically maintaining this weight loss now for a few years. How did you find it to be doable versus maybe other things you've done in the past?
Because I can go to the grocery store and get whatever I need. I don't have to have those special things. Or, I would say the biggest change for me was really paying attention to the labels, which, there are so many things out there that say, oh, this is healthy, which, after reading the label, go, yeah, no, it's not. It may be for somebody that is watching fat content, but not necessarily for somebody else. I will say I've got several people that I know that are on the keto diet, not knocking it, not for me. And I don't, they constantly are saying, I'm not losing any weight. I'm like, well, look at what you're doing, and I have had some colleagues that have done keto and have done Achieve and have found, Achieve works so much better. And, they realize that. But for me, it's just being, like I said, being able to go to the grocery store and get what I need. I mean, there's very few changes that you have to make. You can have stuff. You just have to choose whether you choose to have them or not. And, do you want to make it a junk day, or, some people call them cheat days, but, or do you want to just make it a cheat or a junk meal? It's just all about choice, and just being able to go to the grocery store and do what I need to do. and get the normal stuff is perfect.
How has your weight loss influenced a lot of people? And how has maybe having a group at your place maybe kept you guys all motivated?
It's nice because, if somebody's having is struggling, it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do you suggest? We all have them. I'm starving, I want to munch. I want a snack. What can I have? I don't know how many times, like, Brenda, I'm dying. What do you do? And I said, go in the refrigerator. My sugar-free Jell-O's over there. Go eat one and you'll be good. So we support each other. And that is really important, that you have someone that backs you up. Because I also have friends that don't have the support at home. So they struggle a little harder. So it is definitely nice to have somebody there with you going along on the journey.
So having lived this now for a few years, what words would you have to somebody who's maybe starting out on this lifestyle or looking at this lifestyle? What would you might say to them, or any words of counsel or advice?
If you say it's not doable, you're just not willing to try, because there is some work to it. But you know what? It's it is doable. And I'm a perfect example of, you just got to keep at it, and you will persevere. That's huge that you made that commitment. I've been there, done that, and I probably thought the same things you did. It's like, I just want to give up. This is, I'm just I just want a cheeseburger. No, I'm kidding. My thing would be sweets. I just want a piece of cake. I want some ice cream. And sometimes, I have found, honestly, that I just have to say, you know what? I just got to do it, get it out of my system, and then I hit it hard and know that, it's just back on track.
Right.
So don't give up.
That's really a lifestyle thinking, I mean,
Yeah.
you have those days where you want that ice cream cake or whatever. That's not necessarily healthy day food.
No.
But it's okay if you have a lifestyle approach. You obviously can't do it every day.
Right. Right.
That's the mindset it takes.
Yep.
And, when you lost the weight, were there any medications or anything? How did that affect your overall health when you lost the weight?
For me, I wasn't on any medication prior to. Now, my husband was pre-diabetic prior to, and when he went back for his physical the following year, they said, nope, you're good to go. There's nothing there. So it's definitely doable. And I remember in my weight loss class, there was someone in there that had been on multiple medications, and he came back at the end of our class time and said that he had been removed from most of his medications just by changing his lifestyle. So that's huge. It can be done. You just have to be willing to do it.
Right. And one of the things that we say on Achieve is we educate you and empower you. So how has that learning about food and how to identify in grocery stores, have you found that to be very beneficial for you?
Very beneficial, because now I find that I'm constantly looking at labels, and I've even got, my son that and my husband as well. I mean, we all was like, well, does this work? And so we all know how to work the formulas and whatnot. The great thing is, if we're ever out and we're like, sometimes you forget. It's like, well, what was that formula? And it's great because you take a picture of it, and then the nutrition label, and say, hey, Jim, what does this work? And you guys are great about getting back to us and saying, or if you found a new item that works, or whatnot. Plus that group, if somebody finds something new, say, just like Julie Keister said yesterday, she found Bluebell ice cream, no sugar added, that works. So she was really excited. It's those little things that just everybody being supportive, and you guys being there whenever we have a question is awesome.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up here, but thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Jim.